Driver than me.
Alright guys, well it's Friday and as you can see from behind me, I've just filled up and I'm all ready to go. Now, as usual, you can never tell what you're going to earn, how long you're going to be out, who you're going to meet, where you're going to end up, how much you're going to make. But that's the beauty of the job, innit? You just never know. I have recently caught Uber in a bit of a scandal, shall we say, over the priorities. Now, I'll show you this next clip that I made a video about, and it's really not good. But it was pointed out to me after the video was made that they actually only increased the holiday pay on it, not the actual fare. Here, have a look.
Yet again, we've got solid proof that Uber's tricking drivers and priority pay is just an illusion. Look at Trip A. A normal Uber X, £22.47. The driver sees it and passes. It's a long ride, 20 miles, about 40 minutes from Wigan to Manchester. Now, after many drivers have said no to this, Uber then gives it back to the customer to say, we can make it a priority to entice drivers to pick your trip. Now, look at the next one. Take a closer look. Trip B adds the so-called priority bonus. The customers paid around £4 extra, but the driver is only offered 40 pence more. Uber's making it look like extra money, but the real benefit to the driver is tiny compared to what the customer's paying. So remember guys, next time Uber says priority, check the numbers, it's more than likely fake news.
How rude's that? Anyway, let's see what today brings. First hour in, this is what I'm on. Not a bad little hour, but do you know what? It was throwing loads of jobs at you. And all the jobs it was offering were like, no mate, I'm not doing that. Some of them were absolutely ridiculous. Like from where I am to the city centre is a good 7.5 miles. It was offering £7 and £8, and it's like, not doing it. So I stuck to all the little jobs, you know, the £4-5 jobs that were less than a mile away, only going a mile, them type of ones. And that's all I've been doing. So I don't think that's too bad. But who knows what the next hour will bring. Bit of rain going on, another hour up, and it wasn't so bad. This is what I'm on. I'm okay with that. I only did 2 jobs. They were a little bit bigger. I decided I had enough for doing the multiple loads of jobs, so I went with bigger. But I did just pick up a blind person. And we had a very interesting chat over, you know, the whole guide dog thing and how we're supposed to do it. And I was like, I would never refuse one because I understand it's against the law. And then I went, but you know, the thing is, you guys don't understand that. We then have to go straight to a cleaner and get it cleaned, and it puts us out of work for an hour and also out of pocket for 15. And she was like, yeah, it does, doesn't it? And then she was going on saying she's argued with a woman very similar who come in and was complaining about a taxi driver and told me all about it. So there is an argument for both sides, and it always boils down to what's right to do. But you can only do what the law says, isn't it? Take them guide dogs. I thought, and this is what I'm on. Uber's done that, you know, them boosts, and the £4 ones, so they're not like the end of the world. But the problem is that in the heart of the city centre, these boosts, I miss it the way it used to be, the area, you know, the full area, and you get a quest like, do 5 of these, and you'll get an extra tenner or whatever. I preferred them rather than this in a particular place. So all it is here is L1, 2 and 3, and I don't like working that way. Next hour in, the whole city started surging. You know, it's peak hour, isn't it? So you kind of get that everywhere. Except I must have been the most unlucky driver there is. Yeah, let me bring this up. So that's me in the middle of not a surge, and everywhere else is surging. A couple of jobs are popping up that are surges, but they're not really surge. They're saying they are, the icon's there, but they're not. And isn't it great as well that we've now got multi-stop back? I actually made a TikTok about it, and I was saying that they've done a complete U-turn on it, and they're now showing us the multi-stops again. I remember saying in the last video that I'll tell you how, but I didn't get round to doing it. Basically, you'd have to look for the little dots that was on the map So it was a really stupid way. It's not something you could do while driving or anything to just quickly accept it. But they've made a complete U-turn. And I explained in the video that the reason they've done this is because cancellations absolutely soared. Loads of people were telling me their cancels have gone from 1% to like 15, 20%. And as we all know, Uber doesn't like that kind of thing, because it totally disrupts the flow of them getting rid of the passengers off the system. So it goes to show you that drivers actually have power, and we just don't know how to use it properly. Another hour in and I was finally getting surges. Yeah, this is what I'm on. Now, the problem I had was within the first half an hour of that hour, I'd done about 19 quid. And I was absolutely loving it. It was like, yes, next job, next job. And they were all little jobs, but they all added up really quick. Then I get to a job that I nearly broke my dashboard to accept. It was a £9 job that was about an 8-minute drive from me, and they were only going 5 minutes. It was like a mile job, and I was like, yes, I'll have that. So on my way to it, gets there, waiting, ended up being a cancellation and dropped to £3.50 for the cancellation fee. They just didn't come out. I tried messaging them on the app and everything, and it just didn't happen. So I was absolutely mortified, and that completely knocked the rhythm. Well, it's only 7 o'clock and this is what I'm on, so it's only been half an hour since the last update, but I'm close to my house, so I'm gonna have me break. Why not while I'm close? Now, a big tip did come in during that. That wasn't the whole half an hour's earnings, but still counts, right? So the next clip you see will be an hour after me break. What you're seeing on the screen now is when I come out after me break, and then an hour later. So it was okay-ish. But the problem we had is there was no flow. There was awful offers. And in the last hour alone, this is the breakdown. 3 trips complete, and the rest I've said no to. So I'm in the mood to go home now, I think. Now, the reason I've done a Friday is a lot of people ask for different days and stuff. Now, remember, I only do this channel for a bit of fun. I don't take it too seriously. If I did it every single day, not only would you guys get bored, but I would be awfully bored. So I don't do them every day. Right, so now let's do the roundup. We've got Fridays, hours, Friday earnings, and Friday by the hour. I don't think it was too bad. It was a bit slow, and no juicy stories to tell you. If you have enjoyed it though, give us a thumb up. If you're new, give us a sub, and I'll see you in the next one.